Hey there. First of all, thank you so much for clicking on that link and landing into this page. And of course, congratulations for taking your first step towards data engineering. So before starting this session, going into all this technical stuff and go into very much detail, right? I would like to make one promise to you and give one disclaimer as well. So my first promise is within first 1.5 minutes, you will exactly know if this session is for you or not. And if you wish to stay here and watch the complete this video, then I would promise that you would be at least 30% ahead of whatever your competition is, right? That is my promise. It is not something about just data engineering. It is in general in life. It would make a great and aware person than you are currently right now. And the disclaimer is, just by watching this video or reading all this notes whichever I will share, you will not going to be a professional data engineer. That's the real honest truth. So what you have to do is you have to really work upon yourself with this direction which I'm going to give you in this session and implement on day-to-day basis, and gradually eventually you'll be there. Okay, with this point I would like to start this session which is desk. And I'm your host, Prasad Boine. Before starting any session, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Prasad. I have total 8+ years of industry experience in data engineering domain, and I have various achievements. So if you find my LinkedIn, then I'm having the badge of top data engineering voice there. I have more than approx 1,400 followers. I run YouTube channel as well, where I have more than 300 followers now, and also in freelancing in Upwork, I have 100% of job success rate. And I'm one of the top rated, which is top 10% in India, the freelancers. However, this journey was not that pretty straightforward, right? There are a lot of mistakes I've done. And when I retrospect myself, there are major 4 mistakes that I see. First is not taking decision at the right time. Second is investing unnecessary time. Third is I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to learn Android development. I wanted to do Python, Java, C, C++. So I thought only learning technical skills and growing our knowledge is required for career growth, but it was completely unguided, and that wasted my lot of time, right? So those were my 4 mistakes. And if you want to know what is data engineering, I'll quickly brief about it. So data engineering is all about how you can collect the data from multiple sources, transform it as per the business rules. You will get business rules by business analyst, right? So you have to make the data according to that. And then you have to load it into one unified place from which all the downstream application can consume the data, right? Why it is being popular? Because any data field like data analyst, data engineering, or data scientist are currently being valuable, and they are getting paid very heavily throughout the IT industry, right? The problem with data analytics is there are a lot of classes, and these are very easy skills. Data analytics is a relatively easy skill to acquire, and that's why we have a lot of competition. Just opposite, the data scientist is very hard to learn, but there are very less resources, and usually data scientists are hired for more than 10 years of experience, 12 years of experience, right? So there is no jobs for freshers or mid-level employees. Now coming back to the main agenda, right? So if data engineers are getting paid heavily, then why people are not doing this data engineering, right? That's one of the fair question, and that's where the general problems comes into picture. Now, if I talk about general problems, these are the 3 main problems. First is we don't have any experience. When I say no experience, that means these are the categories where freshers come into this category, right? Or any employees which is having background of, let's say, mechanical or civil background, or for that matter any non-IT background, right? Any non-IT background. So that creates a question into a student's mind that, oh, if we are a fresher, we don't have any experience, or we are from completely non-IT background, we don't have any experience. So if you are in that category, then basically this session is for you, this roadmap is for you. Second is all about no programming language, right? So most of the people hear about programming languages, and there are various programming languages, right? We have C, then we have C++, then we have Java, we have Python. There are so many technologies. And what mistake I have done is I tried to learn each and every language because the purpose is different. It's not easy task to learn a programming because there is a lot of syntax or a lot of complex logic that we have to remember. We have to be good with math. This is a myth actually, but yeah, a little bit you have to know math, right? And third very important point, right? That, okay, I have gathered every skill. I got, even though I have no experience, I have good experience. I have good knowledge on Python or Java. But how can I find the job? There is no job guidance. Everybody says, go to any job portal like LinkedIn, Naukri. But I have created my profile, but nobody is reaching me out. What we have to do? So if you're falling under one of these three categories, this session is exactly for you. Without any further ado, let me quickly jump into this part about how can we start, right? And here are three main pointers. So basically, whatever I'm going to share in this session, right, it's mostly revolve around just 3% of knowledge. Now, what is this 3% of knowledge? You may ask, right? So basically, only 3% of knowledge is what you require to get yourself started by your own. What do I mean? You might not learn, all this concept of every single thing, but whatever you are getting, just 3% knowledge, which I'm sharing today in this session, if you just implement this, basically rest 90% you can learn it by your own. So that's my agenda here, right? And what is that 3%? So 1% is programming, right? 1% is analysis, data analysis, and 1% is cloud. So this is how I divided the 3%. Okay, so let me give you 3 simple mantras for each of the component. First is for programming. Programming is simple combination of maths plus concepts plus logic. Pretty simple. Data analysis. Second thing is data analysis is combination of functions plus logic. So it is pretty simpler than the programming language. And third is the cloud. Now cloud is all about knowing the services and its purpose. I hope this is clear. Now let's go a little bit deeper into it, right? If we go a little bit deeper into it, if I'm saying maths, then what exactly in maths, right? So maths consists of all the basic math, like we have operators in programming languages, right? We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So these kind of basic math you should be good with. Second is expressions, right? So expressions are basically if x equal to 1 and y equal to 1, then what would be the value of x plus y? So this kind of expression evaluation you should be good with. Now, when we talk about concepts is all about, how you can get the data. Let me do it here. Yeah, if we talk about concept is all about, how you can store some data into RAM, how you can store some data into hard disk, into one single file, how you can give input to the computer, how you can display some values or some image. So all these kinds of concept you have to learn, right? And what is the logic? Logic is basically the workflow, understanding the workflow. So let's say I have one task to do, that bringing milk from the shop. Now, this is the task. You should be able to break the task into several smaller tasks, like taking the money, wearing the slippers, then going out from the home, locking the door, going to the shop, buying the milk, getting the change, and then coming back to home. So this kind of breaking the task into smaller tasks comes under logic, and it gets much more complicated when we apply some kind of conditions in it or some kind of loops in it. It gets a little bit complicated. But that's what logic consists of, and we should be good with the logic to get started with the programming language, any programming language, right? Now, when it comes to data analysis, right? So mostly there is one language called SQL, a structured query language. Now, this language is basically declarative language, so you don't have to worry about logic and anything, but it is very important to know what all the functions are available in that SQL language. So let's say there is one function available to find out minimum value from multiple set of values. One function is to take the average, one average from all the values. So all these functions are ready-made and ready for you to use, right? But it is very important to know what are those functions and how to use that functions, right? So that's where the logic part comes into picture, right? How to use the function. So first is what are the functions, second is how to use the function, and third is basically cloud is all about services and its purpose. So cloud is basically it is a service just like Netflix. So you don't worry about how Netflix is storing thousands of movies, how it is showing me within 1 second. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to buy hard disk to store those movies, right? Netflix is doing for you. So just like that, cloud is all about services. So you have to know what kind of services are available and what are the purpose of the services, right? So Netflix, let's say, is a service for watching the movies, right? Amazon is a service to buying or selling the product, right? So these kind of services, I've just given one example, but these kind of services are available in cloud platforms as well. And there are three main cloud platforms, right? First is we have GCP, which is Google Cloud Platform, right? After that, we have AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. And after that, we have Azure, which is Microsoft Cloud. Okay, so this kind of three cloud platform we have, and the trends are pretty going up and down. It is not constant, but if you learn any of the cloud, remaining two clouds are very easy to understand. All the services are approx the same, just the way of using it is little bit different. So you can choose any language or any cloud, and then you can proceed with it. Now the very important question comes into our mind is, okay, Prasad, you have told us, what is programming, what is data analysis, and what is cloud. But the main thing is from where I should study, which YouTube channel or which course should I buy, or what are the concept? What are those concepts? You are saying concept, you are saying logic, but what are those concept and those logic which we study, right? And to answer to that question, it is very simple. You don't have to follow any YouTube tutorial. You don't have to buy any expensive course. But what you can do is you can design your own syllabus. This is very important part of it. And after that, second step is study yourself. I hope this is clear. So it is simple two-step process. Okay, and in one moment and in coming moment, I will show you how to do these two things, right? Designing your own syllabus is pretty simple. What you have to do is take any top five courses websites, right? So there are n number of courses which are basically released every month or every quarter or every year, right? So what you have to do, you have to simply go to Google and search any top 5 data engineering courses, right? You can do it with YouTube channels as well. Just search top 5 YouTube channels. Now, what you have to do is you have to list out the topics which they are covering, each one of them. So let's say course 1 is covering like 5 to 6 topics. Course 2 is covering 4 to 5 topics. Course 3 is again covering 5 to 6 topics. Now, what you have to do is you have to find out what are the common topics which everybody is covering, right? And basically, you have to take those part into your syllabus. I hope it is clear. This you can do it not only for programming. This you can do it for programming, for data analysis, and for cloud as well. I hope this is clear. And this is how you will create your own syllabus. Now, if you will go to each of this website, so in front of each topic, they will give you time as well, time duration, which is basically required to, complete that particular concept. right? You can note down that time as well, and you can create your own syllabus. You don't have to be dependent on any single person's YouTube channel or single course, right? But you combine the course and then make it your own syllabus, right? And second is study yourself. Now, study yourself again is divided into 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? Let me quickly scroll it. Parts are basically watch, solve, and apply. Okay, I hope it is clear. This is solve, this is watch. Okay, what you can do is you can first watch any tutorial, right, for that particular concept. Then you have to solve some examples based on that concept. And last is you have to perform some project where you can actually solve that problem by applying these concepts, right? Solving the assignment and creating the project or applying the knowledge, these two are very different things, right? So what you have to do is simple 3-step strategy. First, you have to watch, then you have to solve the questions related to that concept, and then you have to do some small project where you can apply that knowledge. Now, once you know how to design your own syllabus and how to study yourself, right? So let me quickly go through the last point, which everybody is asking and everybody is interested. What about job, right? So this is the one of the main question, and we don't have to hesitate to ask this question, right? So you can definitely ask, Prasad, I have done all the programming, I have done all the data analysis, I have done all the cloud concept, but what's next? I have all the knowledge, but I don't have any degree, or I don't have any experience. How can I get a job, right? So this is also a simple 2-step process, right? First is you have to create your work profile with all the knowledge which you have without any experience, right? But you have to mention your knowledge in elaborated manner where recruiter will know that, okay, these are exact skills which I'm looking for, right? And create profile at least 5 job portals, right? You have to create your profile at least 5 job portals. Okay. Now, what this will do is basically this will get you some calls, not much, but some of the calls, right? 2 or 3 recruiters might reach you and basically tell you about their requirement, and then you can carry on the discussion. Now, worst case scenario, what will happen is recruiters say, okay, your experience is not enough, or you're not experienced, so we cannot offer you this job. But we can take advantage of this opportunity as well. How we can do it is basically we can connect to that particular HR, right, on the LinkedIn. For those who don't know what LinkedIn is, it's again one of the social media, but it's more for professional employees or entrepreneurs, right? So what you can do is you can connect to that HR over the LinkedIn. So whenever this HR posts the next job on the LinkedIn, over the LinkedIn, now you have the direct connect to this HR, right? And for example, this HR also, what you can do, second thing is you can ask for referrals, because HRs have their own network, right? Their friends are also HR in different companies. So what one HR can do, if you build a good rapport with that HR, right? And by building a good rapport means engaging over LinkedIn. Now, how to engage over LinkedIn? Again, I have the full PDF. You can just check it out in this landing page. But what you can do is you can engage on the LinkedIn and continuously showcase your knowledge, whatever you learn every day, whatever projects you build, try to share it on LinkedIn to more and more people. And that's how basically you will create visibility for yourself. And after that, if you ask for referrals, so if not in their immediate own company, but if they have any, mutual connect in which the opening is there. So what you can, instead of applying from Naukri, right? What you can do is you can ask for referral to that particular HR. And referrals have 5 times more, acceptance rate than normal job application on portal. So that's how you can apply 2-step process for job hunting. So basically, these were the 5 steps which I wanted to share in very short time span, right? And of course, everybody might be looking at, what's this crazy bonus stands for. So let me share you. So whatever I have taught in just like last 10 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it is, right? It's just glimpse of what we can achieve and how we can get the thing which we want with the consistency and very simple formulas, right? They look simple, but it requires a lot of effort to put in that perfection in each of the area, right? And that I cannot condense it in this 7 to 10 minutes. So for that, what I have done is I have created something called as DEST, which is Data Engineering Starter Pack, and I will share the link here. That data engineering pack is basically gives you the exposure about what is the maths. I spoke about maths, right? So what is this basic math? What is this arithmetic? I talked about data analysis. So it is not just SQL, right? So it is actually understanding the data and revealing that beautiful story which is buried under the data. So that is the skill. It is not the tool. SQL is the tool which we use to create the stories out of the data, right? If you follow IPL, the data is very huge. So for each ball, what happened, the data is recorded. But out of that data, it created a lot of insights like, who is the best player, who hit maximum number of sixes, who got most number of catches or wickets, right? All these stories, patterns, predictions, right? How much percent of winning chances of particular team. So all these patterns, we can do it via data analysis, and SQL is just tool for that. So in DEST, what I've tried to do is I've tried to teach you the concepts of data analysis, programming, and cloud to get you familiar with the fundamentals. It has nothing to do with programming language. Yeah, definitely. I have chosen the popular programming languages like Python and SQL, but it's more about understanding, and you can find yourself that if you're really interested in data field or not. So with this note, the next details, I guess it's in the landing page. You can check it out. And if you feel like getting it, just click on the Get Now button. Thank you.